from Seoul, Korea, and well, today I will talk about what is the kind of future direction what we need to do as a global scholar. Well, in urban planning, when you want to actually make some changes or planning, the first assumption we need to make, actually, first thing is the population. So my assumption in general, in the global level, currently 8 point, maybe around 3 billion. I think we reached the optimal point where we don't need to say we will grow in person, but I think our productivity will increase. It does not mean necessarily our road or our factory need to be increased, but we'll have more time, and also we'll have more free time. We don't need to be smart in speed, but we will be smart in sustainability and resilience, which is actually people's happiness. Well, Korean society as a transformation for last 50 years or 30 years, maybe from the country in poverty and after the war and industrialization and informatization and the smartization, now reaching to kind of as one of the model for transformative, joining 30-50 club, which means GDP over 30,000 with 50 million population. So after Japan, also we joined with America and also Great Britain and Italy, Paris, and Germany. So I think I'm not sure that actually we are high-income country in a way that our still 50% of our population do not have a full guarantee until the life of their pension. I'm not sure there's any country who has a pension system you can guarantee more than 50% of people do not need to worry about your aging. I think no one is currently in high-income country in a perspective of what Professor Matthew say, what Tim say. So we need to set the standard again. Then we will be in 8.3 billion. Somewhere increase, somewhere decrease. But anyway, in the global, let's say 8.3 billion, no more population growth. And don't worry that whether our population lower or going, and in individual level, but I think let's have, that Pareto optimal. That is the assumption. So I actually outreach in a way that we work together, not only for speed, but for the sustainability. We have to work together, for doing things. So I will tell you why. I'm from the College of Engineering, and also the department where I'm in is Technology Management Program, which actually I will deal with a lot of technology to be managed, to integrate, to solve the problem. And myself is actually information technology and smart technology expert, but now I'm doing smart city research, which is integrating of the technology with the society. And the new way of approaching educations and also research should be different in general. I think old way of science engineering has siloed everyone, and just engineer cannot make whole system, just the electrical engineer is just working on one thing. But electrical engineer cannot make a TV anymore. But in the age of my father, the electrical engineer could make a TV by themselves, okay? This is the problem that our generation's education has been too much siloed because everything complicated. Individual capability of the professional become just part of the company, part of the society. I don't think if we keep in such way, no individual can change the world. I think that's the problem. And if one individual is not healthy in your society, or if you don't care about the health of one individual, and your city cannot be healthy. Let's assume one person has a very strong contamination of one, and then like a pandemic, Healthiness is all in the social thing. So the way that we need to make is individual healthiness is a city healthiness, and how to do that. The healthiness is not a meaning of physical or medical thing. As you know, climate change brings into another level of the healthiness of our social system, about the disaster or, natural disaster, other, the problem what we have. I really want to talk about inequality and poverty. Those are very important related to the healthiness. I think the one I show you in Korea and also in Lombok, Indonesia, or Myanmar, the earthquake and those disasters brings us into the point that the people died not only from the earthquake or the crush of the building, but also died after that they lose and they were relying on the water which were contaminated. Finally, they do not have enough medical facility. Finally, they die because of malaria and other things. So after the disaster, it's not about only the thing. And why society cannot bring those things. I don't think, after the tragedy, no country ever provide a solution to solve from the reason. Let me go back to the Myanmar earthquake just 2 months ago. We Bangkok people also offended. Did we forget? I think it's very feasible to forget. It's okay. But did we solve the problem? If not, we are not safe. I think let's go back. I think we are too busy to forget the thing, which is very, very tragic. I think humans has been created to forget the thing because we need to protect our psychology. But the important thing is the society need to work on that one. I think that's why I want to bring it together. I think these discussions are not very commonly discussed in the smart city society because most of the presenters are mayor or governor or who is representing the public in a way that it is very difficult to show you the bad part of your smart city or your urbanization, including Korea. Okay, well, but if you don't see the reality, if you don't see the data, you cannot change it. We scientists love to find the solution, love to find the problem, and love to say we do not know, we are not there yet. I think our citizens should be smart enough, say we are not there yet, instead of saying we are there yet. I think that smart city or many people say, oh, we are very healthy city. I think that's a political statement by the king or president, right, including Korea, but not in reality. Not in reality. I think that's some of the things we have to really discuss as a humanity. War, conflict, why all these war is going on? I believe our productivity is not strong enough to cover our population. Our population growth is still growing, but our technology of productivity or sharing of resources not there. What war makes us? Nothing. I think current nationalization of the is because of the war. We know that. I don't want to go back to a lot of ideology. Let's face that. The current country is forever country. Then I think that one should be also, we have to think very seriously. That's why we need to live in prosperity and peace and how to do together. Democracy, let me ask, which politician do you really satisfy in the world? I mean, which governor or which president do you love? Not only your country. Who is the most one? Who? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Sorry, I need to do research. But this is the crazy of the democracy. Korea is doing another election just after they elected our president tomorrow. It's a national election day tomorrow. You see the tragedy, right? Impeachment. It is. That's really face of it. Then that mean the peoples are smart? No. Even peoples are dumb to change their decision after that. No wise decision has been made. So there's no perfect democracy. It is not just the government, someone who selected, including me. That's it. Let me ask again. Are we free from digital divide? Are we free from I don't think so. Still, a lot of people do not know how to use AI and accessibility to the robot and those VR, AR, how many people can actually afford it? I think UN SDG, UNMDG, after 21st century, for 25 years, all club of governors and politicians made the agreement and preached that. No solution, no improvement, and worse back. Let's face the fact. I think I'm already almost reaching 60, so I'm responsible, and many of our leaders are responsible for that. I think let's face the fact. I think without facing the reality of what we are here, I think there's no resiliency. If I don't know where I'm sick or where I'm very weak in immune system, I cannot manage myself what to eat. So having that in reality is very important. How? We share. Well, I think wildfire is not just the problem of Korea. You see a lot in Korea and you're Canada. I'm talking to we have a green policy. Let's have a 70% of with a field like Germany or like. But finally, too much wood, no solution. I mean, too much wood in the mountain is similar to have too much dense building in the city. Is it good to have too many buildings all? No, not beautiful. I think we need a space. Can we transform those woods to the bamboos? Maybe better. They are actually more tolerable for the fire. Let's actually think about it in very different ways. But earthquake, flood, blackout in Spain. This is not just others' problem. It's our problem. When we talk about smart city health network, definitely these are. I think pandemic will come again. I think the flood will come again. Our system didn't change. But this is the time for us to change with urban planning. And what's the assumption? No population increase. This is the point that where we start. And how we optimally actually manage those things. So, maybe. So, I've been actually talking, then the city's health network and smart network, smart city. So, if the peoples are not healthy, the city cannot be healthy. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. So maybe I talk too much, and then so that. But if the health, the city is not smart, definitely, the people are not smart. The healthy, the city, you cannot claim the city is healthy. At the same time, if individual citizens are not smart, we cannot say my building is smart. My house is built, my family is smart, my country is smart, my city. No. Basic meaning of smart is human being, Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens created the identity of Homo sapiens of a generation by the technology what we use. All the civilization were reached by symbolizing what kind of technology used in an area of the river, Huang, Mesopotamia, right? And Stone Age, and then also Steel Age, Information Age, Digital Age, Industrial Age. That's why technology should not be out from the humanity and the human sand. Let's see, the Silk Road is symbol of connecting an east, west, and not only the silk. Every lifestyle have been actually shared. The things that shared was not only about the business, tea, clothing, speaking, drawing, color, everything. No one can say, I have our original culture. No. I think that is most lie you ever say, we have our own from my family. No. If you go back to the origin, we are all same common very languages. No one can say that, including Thai and Korea. So in such way, if you want to pursue the another level of civilization, then probably we need to pave the digital Silk Road. The Silk Road, where we use different common time of the technology, was say data. Definitely we speak English, but not only that we speak English. The intelligent vocabulary what we are using is very in common because we already share the context together. We Asian actually share the context together. If I also bring the name of Shangha, Shangjin, or Shou, right, and the third treasure of the Buddhism, which is connected to the Ubuntu, going together. If you want to go far, or longevity, go together. That's a Shou and Sung and Shangha and Buddhism, and all humanity actually share the secret of the society, which is civilization. So, maybe, am I, okay. Yeah, so my assumption for the city or civilization, the city, if city should be proper, and city should be owned by the identity, then the citizenship is the source of the city. And citizenship to be improved and qualified, from my point of view, learning, education. I don't think you people can have a citizenship without learning the languages. The language is what we are using, are data. The language is what we are using, the problem of a global society. The language we are learning, the one of the problem of the global. And the language what we are learning, that what you can use not only in Bangkok, Taipei, Beijing, Australia, and Korea, and every part. This is the way that our future professional, millennials should work on in that way. That's why we've been starting of doing some of the things. Why I believe that so? I started with the discussion about 30-50 Club. In a time of 30 years ago, in 1995, when I had my second baby in the United States, University of Colorado and Boulder, and not many people know about Korea, and they hate kimchi flavor in the dormitory. And so I have to explain where Korea is and how many and what. And there are many Mongolian people, other people, or American people. That's only 30 years ago. Hate the flavor or hate the smells of the kimchi. Very difficult. I miss my country. So my decision to have another complement of the kimchi was tom yum goong. Okay, I have to survive in the state with the tom yum goong by missing my country because there's no kimchi. Well, 30 years. I don't need to explain how good it is, but I don't need to explain how good natto is. We know, we are in the global system. I don't need to explain how good tom yum goong is. This is the generation, our children, our daughter, actually they experience. We are in the different society. We are in the different society. We are all Asian, we are all humanity, we are all. We just, So the urbanization, what we experience, actually everyone has their own good thing and bad thing. These need to be combined. What we are missing is we don't have an implementation. We don't have a UAM. Our cities are still populated traffic jam. This one needs to be solved. Well, in Korea, the smart city actually started as a research and investment starting in 2000. So it means 25 years of the investment on the smart city, okay? Well, but there's no perfect smart city yet because whole transformation of the education, other things are not done. So, but good thing is here is the one line, the decrease of the blue line of the Seoul, original Seoul population. And the other lines are the gray line, which actually increase, keep, and the lower. The white lines are the one of number of houses in the metropolitan of Seoul and Gyeonggi region. So what it means over the time of this kind of city and urban policy, the number of household per person per house has been increased. That means I think we have enough houses to keep. Just issue is how much the money and how. Business model, pension. I think these are easy if the politicians are smart. This is not an engineering problem. This is a business model problem. If you know how to manage the money, this is easy one. But they don't do that. Okay, let me say to Korea. I think we don't need to build another one, but smartizing because enough spaces. The number shows that. I think same thing in many countries. Bangkok, I think we have to think not just hardware, but how to smartize it. I think for the thing of these things, I also, these business for the smart and urban policy to grow, I think in the beginning a lot of huge investment and also long-term life cycle. Then we need to create the market. And then the professional need to be educated with the experience in the global stance. For let's say for 5 years, I've been built the test bed and actual city project. If you just type in Neo City, and you will find. And we established Institute of Seoul National University, and where we do the smart city training, and then also 3D houses, affordable homes. So, and also in Ethiopia, building the smart university alongside with the smart city project of Addis Ababa and Kada Special Economic Zone, and with Lombok, Indonesia, working on the Indonesian smart city, especially the Mandalika city project in Lombok, but also working on the new capital and also being a hub for the ASEAN smart city, and also in Korea, the new national smart city project. I think we, as an urban expert and also professors, I think we have to be out from the lab. I think city is our laboratory. I think we need to travel a lot. Our students need to study outfield, not in there. And these are the really important thing for us to work on, let them to be a workforce to working together. Then in such way, we don't need to worry about the labor or professionalism. I think the future society, the low-quality labor will be replaced by many of the technology. But still, our citizens will be the professional, high-quality labor. I think liberalizing the people from the low-quality work or labor is a mission of smart civilization and so resilience of the health city. If you don't have a good quality of job, there's no health resilience. This is very important. So I will maybe share later more in detail, but we are working these test beds in New City Resilient Economy. So each site has been actually focused on what to do. Currently with Thammasat University, I try to also create another level of these kind of cases and where we do all the exchange, that also resilience through the urban planning and design. Cityscaping, and it's very important, I say not too much of woods in the forest, not too much of the building in the city. But I think there should be a master plan, and that master plan be kept more than 10, 20, or 30 years. That is the mission, what we are looking for. And I'll move on. So one of the reasons is we are growing the professional who can work everywhere. I think professors work everywhere. We have been trained. But this talent should be for every citizen. That's the future. The university is the model for the future 30-year society. And the great professors of great citizens of the university should be embedded in the city. That is the model. From my point of view, if we want to have a smart city or resilient city, that city should have a good university and good hospital. You cannot say that it's a health city if you don't have a hospital. you cannot say that, it's a smart city without, good university. Then certain number of population by the federation is very important. That is called the innovation system. So we need to have a generative innovation system, global, national, regional innovation system integrated by the data, and that is very important. I'd like to invite actually all the members. I already shared with the Professor Pawani about my book, Digitology in English. It will be in also Thai language very soon, but I think I'm just giving you out for you to just read that if you are interested in. But I'm preaching in sort of way that we need to think differently and then working together globally. By doing so, we created a society called like a Diamond Club, like a Club of Rome, saying that our digital generation need to congregate together. We don't believe UN will work because of the current economy and also other political system. But we believe scholarship and money and invest on the future will work. We believe that. So I'm working on creating a lot of scholarship. I'd like work with also professor from China and Taiwan and also Thailand to integrate this in a scholarship federation in the world where we can share as a same country. I think that's the vision. Currently, in order to promote this one, these are the names of the conference I'm holding in all parts of the world. World Smart City Expo for this year will be in Busan, Korea, and where I'm running Global Smart City Leadership Forum. GSTB is one of our reunion in a Congress, happened to be, and this will be in Ethiopia. It will be in also Indonesia. So I'd like to invite actually the HCCN community. Also, I'd like to promote HCCN community. So the work that what you are doing is very meaningful. So let me finish my slide with my last words say, have fun. In Thai, have fun, 5,000, right? And 5,000 symbolic term for the smart civilization transformation, which I believe that by 2050, we are expect to have more than 4,500 or 5,000 cities, which has a population over 150,000. One of the reasons that we want to have is let those cities to be at least initiated health city, smart city, and resilient. Let all these cities actually understand what is smart, what is health, and at least our people, I say universities should be there, hospitals should be there. Let all these 5,000 cities have a university too who can help, and then all these 5,000 cities, the medical and hospital, they can survive, or save the people when the natural disaster, earthquake happen. In that way, we can make a human resilient in smartness, insight, understanding, and also our physical strength should be strengthened. So I think we will be much more sustainable if we have another 25 years. So the reach of this one is another 25 years because I believe I can live at least 25 years. So we need your cooperation. We believe these are the digital oases. If we connect, and then we can have a very pure digital water. But if we don't do it, the level of the data and quality will be very bad. Our AI will bring very wrong information and will be dominated by very low quality water. I think it should not happen in that way. I really thank you, everyone. Kapung Krap, and I hope you enjoy the conference. Thank you.